One ultra-long-haul airline now sells a comfort kit that retails for 48% more in flight than online. Sky-high markup. These next minutes hand you the little-known packing edits frequent flyers use to dodge neck cramps, cabin germs, and last-minute kiosk splurges. Stick around for the item that airlines quietly ban on some routes. What's the single creature comfort charge that has ever made you wince? You settle into row 47 for the 14-hour haul to Sydney, flipping the airline-branded U-shaped pillow behind your neck the way every slick travel reel shows. Yet a hidden flaw lurks. The memory foam lacks lateral support. So as gravity pulls your head forward, you involuntarily nod 15,000 times before touchdown. Micro jolts that bruise vertebrae and pinch the nerves that control half your smile while the cabin lights refuse to dim. Pinched nerves morph into 2 weeks of chiropractor bills, a 40-minute pre-dawn stretch routine, and a souvenir photo where you're tilting like the Leaning Tower. Plus, you burn an entire excursion day, lose prepaid scuba slots, skip that rooftop seafood feast, and rack up taxi fares, chasing therapy instead of kangaroos. All because a $5 impulse buy betrayed you. Swap that souvenir stand lump for an adjustable micro bead wrap with draw cord toggles, a snap front chin brace, and a washable silk sleeve. Combined, the trio weighs 145 grams, stuffs into a palm-sized pouch, satisfies TSA liquid rules, and sidesteps the 48% onboard comfort kit markup airlines love to brag about. Swap that souvenir stand lump for an adjustable micro bead wrap with draw cord toggles, a snap front chin brace, and a washable silk sleeve. Combined, the trio weighs 145 grams, stuffs into a palm-sized pouch, satisfies TSA liquid rules, and sidesteps the 48% onboard comfort kit markup airlines love to brag about, letting him sprint straight to the Shibuya tuna auction before the crowd and still upload code on Hotel Wi-Fi before breakfast. Tight win. Airlines tout cutting-edge HEPA filters. Yet the pressurized cabin you breathe on ultra-long-haul routes routinely dips to 11% relative humidity, drier than the Atacama Desert and almost identical to museum preservation chambers where curators forbid touching ancient papyrus. A clue: your lips and corneas are next in line for cracking before the safety video even ends. And way below the 30% doctors call minimally comfortable for hospital wards. Within 90 minutes, mucous membranes shrink, shedding protective enzymes. That dryness invites every cough from row 42C, and the resulting flight, flu sidelines. 31% of travelers for 2 precious vacation days, while excessive thirst dulls taste buds so you oversalt meals, swell ankles, and stagger through immigration like a dehydrated marathoner chasing lost luggage, wasting half a day searching for electrolytes in a foreign pharmacy. Missed, then sip. Pack a TSA-compliant 30 milliliter stainless atomizer filled with chilled thermal spring water. Pair it with a collapsible silicone bottle of sugar-free electrolyte concentrate, slip hydrating eye drops into the seat back pocket, and you'll lift epidermal hydration by 28% in peer-reviewed dermatology trials while skipping the 5 pounds. Syrupy drinks, the trolley hawks. A Tenerife-based photographer I bumped into on the Doha-Auckland Marathon keeps his sprayer. Velcro strapped beside the seatbelt latch, he reminded me EU 261 lists mechanical faults, not mucus fatalities. Yet his 2-minute hydration ritual let him leap off the plane, clear customs first, and capture sunrise flares over Rangi Toto before the business class queue had even claimed bags. Ever cave to the trolley and hand over €9 for a mini can of soda, thinking the fizz will freshen a stale cabin? Each 8-ounce can hides 26 grams of sugar and spikes in-flight insulin by 38%. Cabin sugar storms your bloodstream. Within 40 minutes, the rush dumps, leaving you parched, woozy, and prowling the snack box. You buy round 2, and by the return leg, a family of 4 has poured €180 into syrup that could have paid reef, snorkel gear in Cairns, or a rail pass to Florence. Dehydration pushes core temperature up, and studies show passengers lose 11% more deep sleep on red eyes after sugared drinks. Electrolytes, not cola. Slip 3 effervescent tablets into a film canister-sized tube and pair them with the collapsible bottle you already clear at security. The 9-gram kit restores minerals, tastes like light citrus, meets every liquid rule, and swerves the single. Use plastic airlines still tout in sustainability reports. On the Doha-Auckland Ultra Haul, I met a freelance photographer who times 1 tablet at boarding, 1 with dinner, 1 2 hours before descent. His wearable tracked heart rate variability up 16 points versus his soda days, letting him sprint off the jet bridge to capture sunrise over Rangitoto, while business class, queued for cappuccinos. Trade your 3-novel paperback brick for an e-reader right now, because random carry-on weigh-ins began this spring, and the soft threshold hovers at 7.5 kilograms. Surprise scales have dinged travelers with €60 gate check fees and forced laptops into baggage holds. One overweight bag sparks a ripple. You repack on the carpet, the queue grumbles, and the aircraft door timer ticks. Miss the cutoff, and you roll into next-day rebooking. Watch prepaid hotels evaporate and juggle insurance bots across time zones. Airlines log every overweight incident to your reservation. 3 strikes trigger mandatory weigh-ins on later legs, according to audit tables. Light luggage buys mental breathing room. Swap paper for pixels. A 170-gram e-link slate holds 3,000 titles. Preload guidebooks, PDF boarding passes. And the Airlines magazine bundle, so gate agents nod at electronic publications in carry-on rules. Add a braided 90-centimeter charging cable to your jacket pocket. The reader sips power for 6 weeks, keeping you out of seat row outlet wars. A Lisbon language tutor on the Boston-Dubai polar route shrank her kit to that reader, plus a slim notebook. The weight cut let her use a personal item backpack, dodging Lifton's 8-kilogram carry-on fee both ways. She funneled the saved euros into a terminal nap pod, arrived, rested, and still boarded first thanks to bins free of bulky bags. On last winter's Newark-Singapore slog, a crypto trader watched the cabin-wide Wi-Fi die 3 hours in, and with it, a $140,000 arbitrage window. Silent catastrophe. Without live data, he missed 4 block trades, lost momentum, and spent the entire layover wiring emergency collateral while his friends hit a hawker stall feast. Airports charge $8 per 20-minute terminal connection, and roaming flags throttle video calls. So the downtime snowballs into fee creep and stress yawns that ruin first night's sleep. Protect your screen time. Backup connectivity. Preload research to an offline first notebook app. Enable auto-sync on contact for your cloud suite, and install a global ESM before boarding. 30 seconds after landing, the phone pings a local tower, sidestepping kiosk SIM queues that can stretch 45 minutes when 2 jumbo arrivals overlap. Global in-flight Wi-Fi crashes 27% on Pacific crossings, and refund rates hover at only 6%. A Buenos Aires product manager I met over the pole carries a lipstick-sized satellite messenger clipped to her backpack strap. She fires encrypted text bursts every half hour, confirming market moves even when the seat row router stalls. That 1-ounce gadget preserved a client deliverable, earned a $12,000 bonus clause, and let her toast with Malbec, while everyone else refreshed spinning loaders. Middle seat, row 32, you ease in, only to meet the hard plastic ridge where 2 armrests should be friends, but instead ignite a 7-hour territory war. The stranger beside you fakes sleep, elbow planted, and each tiny shove steals millimeters until your shoulder cramps and water cups tilt. Reach for the call button, and cabin crew politely shrugged. Armrest etiquette is an unwritten code that airlines refuse to enforce, leaving 9 out of 10 disputes to fester in silence. Studies show seat row skirmishes jump 28% in middle seats, and cabin complaints surge 41%. Claim your space early. Slide a fold-flat memory foam armrest cover, 40 grams over the shared bar right after boarding. The tactile divider signals ownership without confrontation, doubles cushioning, and wipes clean with 1 sanitizing cloth. Pair it with a lightweight merino wrap you can tuck under the elbow. Fibers, wick, sweat, and reduce pressure points, giving you back microcirculation that matters on long hauls. When you stand for the lavatory, flip the cover upside down. Its silicone grip discourages seat neighbors from borrowing your zone while you stretch. A Manila-based UX designer I flew with on the lax Doha Marathon logs seat maps in a spreadsheet. Every time the armrest cover heads into his bag, he adds a green square for conflict-free. After 23 flights, his experiment shows a 92% success rate in keeping both elbows happy. He now lands refreshed enough to prototype on arrival instead of massaging sore delts. Seatback entertainment screens may look glossy and clean, yet independent swabs on trans-Pacific routes averaged 1,800 bacteria per square centimeter. Triple the count on tray tables. That germ load spreads fast. Touch the screen, rub an eye, and conjunctivitis risk climbs 28%, while low-grade fevers topple 1 in 5 travelers within 48 hours. Erasing precious tour days and forcing pharmacy hunts in languages you barely speak, sanitize then shield. Slip a resealable pouch of 30 alcohol wipes into your personal item to dodge liquid bans. Swipe the screen, the seatbelt buckle, and the overhead light button before first use, and follow up with a quick dab of travel-grade hand cream that restores skin lipids stripped by alcohol. Some premium cabins hand out wipes, but coach rarely does. And FAA cabin cleaning logs show full disinfect cycles occur only every 28 flight hours. A Brussels biotech researcher on my Snow Palo Doha leg tracked his own pathogen exposure with a wearable UV sensor clipped to his cuff. After using wipes, plus a personal stylus for screen taps, his post-flight blood test showed antibody spikes 43% lower than previous journeys. He landed clear-eyed, skipped clinic lines, and reached the desert dunes in time for golden hour photos instead of burning daylight under hotel sheets. You've just armed your long-haul kit against neck cricks, desert dry cabins, sugar crashes, surprise weigh-ins, blackout Wi-Fi, elbow wars, and bacterial touchscreens. Each fix worth hours of stress and stacks of cash you can now spend on oysters in Sydney or gondolas in Venice. Want the aisle seat beside you magically left empty when flights are oversold? That counterintuitive trick is waiting in the next video, loading right after this one. Stick around, not financial, legal, or flight advice. Verify with official airline policy.